Hi, this is Dr. Melissa Gratias, and I'm here to tell you my story today. Whenever I enter into someone's life, their home, or a networking situation, there are certain assumptions made that that particularly I was one of those kids who lined my socks up in my sock drawer, and my room was always clean, and I was always very effective and responsible, and all from a very early age, that it's like that I was born into this world systematic and productive, and that is absolutely not the case. By nature, by every personality test known to psychology, I test out as a very flighty, fly-by-the-seat-of-my-pants person who thinks calendars are for people who can't remember stuff. No, I'm serious. But I have a terrible memory, and I'm extremely distractible. And my brain never ever shuts down. I feel like there's this just constant stream of either songs or things I'm thinking about, or oh look at that, oh look at this. I have this constant barrage of thoughts and noise in my head, which make it very difficult for me to focus on anything. I also love people, and I'm very social. I think people are fascinating and awesome, and anytime I'm around people, I want to know everything about them. I love people. But all these things are part of who I am, but were not conducive to getting a whole lot of stuff done, because I love to gather information and flit around in this world and not make decisions and all those types of things that lead to you to not being productive. Well, thanks to my upbringing, I did have at least one productive skill of using a day timer. I don't know if anybody under the age of 40 will know what this is, but a day timer was the name of a week at a glance planner that had the dates on there, and it was the brand was Day Timer. And I used a day timer more or less to get through high school and college, to make sure I at least wrote my assignments somewhere so that I wouldn't have to rely on my terrible memory. And got through grad school, got my doctorate, so that's pretty cool. And then I started working in corporate America. I was in corporate HR for 10 years. And this was in the 90s, when email was just starting to get big. I mean, we were just starting to use it and realize what its uses were. So I found myself getting more and more distracted. I don't know if any of you can relate to that. I hope you can. But there was so much hitting me. It was, Toto, we weren't in Kansas anymore, and my little day timer just wasn't cutting it. Then I had this child, this baby, and I liked her, and I liked the man to whom I was married, and I'm still married. I liked these people, but here was the situation. Hubby and I were having what I came to call the 5:30 fight, because every day at 5:30 p.m. my office phone would ring, or his office phone would ring, and it was us having the discussion of who got to stay at work longer and who had to go pick up the baby that we both liked so much. And what was really annoying, and please don't think I'm callous when I say this, my husband is a physician, and he's a pediatric oncologist. So I will tell you that sick kids will always win over human resources reports every time. So he pretty much won the 5:30 fight every day. But it was a good thing. It was a good thing that I had to learn to be more effective, because all of a sudden I said, okay, I can't keep throwing more hours at my problems. The solution to getting more done can't possibly be just to keep working longer and longer into the wee hours of the night, because I don't want that. That's not the kind of life that I want. So the company where I worked in Birmingham, Alabama, was really good about offering development opportunities to employees. So I started taking every class I could, both in the company and in the community, on task management and time management, and read every word Stephen Covey ever wrote, and took the class to boot. But it took me, I kid you not, it took me about 7 years. It took me about 7 years until I finally got to the point where I'm like, okay, I got my hands on this. The child was older then, and I tell you, it's not. It wasn't as much fun as it sounds because it was a rough road. So here's what happened. After I got there and I realized, hey, I feel like even someone like me, as flighty and unsystematic as I am, if I can do it, I wonder if I can help other people do the same. So I left my corporate job and opened up this consultancy because I want to help people like you get where you need to be in a lot shorter amount of time than 7 years. I want you to be able to feel confident in what you do. I want you to feel confident that you got things under control, that you don't wake up in the middle of the night wondering what you've missed, that you're not having to make difficult choices or have the 5:30 fight with your spouse or partner. So that's why I do what I do, and I have been doing it for 10 years. If you'd like to learn more, my website is melissagratias.com, MELISSAGRATIAS.com. And there's some productivity tips there if you want to sample more knowledge. There's also a contact form where you can fill that out, and we can schedule a no-cost to you initial assessment where I ask you a bunch of questions, you ask me a bunch of questions, and we can determine together whether one-on-one productivity coaching is the right thing for you. So that's my path. You have yours. I'd love to help you take it in a lot less than 7 years. This is Dr. Melissa Gratias. Have a productive day.